We're here at the Dragon on the Rotary Rally, and I'm about to go cruise up the road, let you guys see what it looks like up there.
Oh! And you're running PDK.
Oh, yeah, sorry, not a stick shift.
No. I approve.
I know, I like it. I've got other cars that are stick shifts. I don't need every single one of them to be. I love this.
The car's a stick.
Yeah, exactly. I need a sticker that says that.
You're faster than the 6-speed, so.
I know, I like it. I really like the PDK. Good to see you. I'll be around.
Yeah, I'll be around all week now.
Make sure those 360 cameras have a tendency to be kind of flaky on their startup. The Insta360. I've got the X1 version 2 or X1 2. I don't. They have the weirdest names for the Insta360 cameras, but it's not the latest one. It's the one prior generation. I'm gonna get out of this guy's way here. Woo! No music. Good grief! I don't want you striking my channel, YouTube. Got another Porsche pulling out over there, so I'm gonna try to stay out of his way. Oh, he's going the other direction. All right. It is Saturday, 4-ish, and it's been kind of rainy, gloomy most of the day, with some breaks in the clouds here and there. I've got these new tires on here. I've had them on for a couple of weeks, and they are the widest, stickiest tires that I've ever run on any car. These are the Falcon or Kumo RT660. Anyway, RT660. I can't remember. I get those two brands mixed up. Don't lynch me. Let me slide, people. All right, we're crossing the state line into Tennessee. Mile marker 0. Captain Johnny Leon Bryant Memorial Highway, aka Tail of the Dragon. But yeah, these tires, they're I wanted to run a size that I had not run before, but I was wanting to push it a little bit and run 275s in the front, which I'd already done. Started with 265s when I first got these wheels for this car in the front, and then I thought, I think I can fit a 275 up there, and did, but I couldn't find a combination 19-inch model that offered 275 and 325. Is that what I'm running in the back? Or 315? Anyway, 315 or 325, I can't remember. But I was running like 305, like a size down in the back, and I wanted to go a size up, but nobody made the combination of front and rear that I needed to do that, except for Michelin PS4s, which are like crazy expensive, and these RT660s, which are almost as expensive, and these are way more aggressive, almost slicks, very soft, 100-something treadwear or whatever. And I haven't really had a chance to feel them out anywhere near their limits yet, and the road is sort of damp and dry, so won't be doing that on this run. And the police have been out patrolling, especially these straighter sections. We're mile marker 1 now, so we're out of the straighter stuff and we're into the pretty consistently twisty part here. So I'm just kind of taking it easy here. Don't want to get anybody riled up, get any bad juju from the law enforcement that's just out here trying to keep things civil. Not against those guys being out here. They can be a little heavy-handed sometimes, but they can also be missed sometimes. Everything has a balance, as Thanos would say, right? So if they weren't out here ever, it would just be a shit show of people driving like idiots. So it's kind of good to have them out here, keeping things a little calm, making a presence once in a while. My boy Dan. Ow. Going down past Kyle's Corner here, the tree with the memorial on it, the big K, blue K, for our buddy Kyle Maroney. Miss you, man. Dude liked every post that he ever saw on Facebook. Like, would click like it, and had the greatest laugh. Oh, we got a busted Subaru. Looked like an Impreza, maybe. Hope that wasn't our local guy. There's a local dude that's got a pretty nicely built Impreza with some work done to it. Potholes in the road. Nice scooter, Vespa. Mile marker 2 here. And this little, I don't know, this little tricky turn. A lot of people blow that one. Not a lot, but some. And then this one just seems to go on and on and on. But it's kind of a double apex. It opens up for a little bit, and then you come back in. So you can see the steering wheel input there as you sort of return to center and then come back and give it another input. Going past Sunset turn here, and this one's always pretty dry whenever we get rain. It's just so exposed to the sun, and there's no trees over it, so these trees sit here and drip on a lot of this stuff. Mile marker 2.5. The half-mile signs are on the left, and they're not all there. They were at one time, but this is Bristol turn, very high banking. Little zigzag here. There's a famous video where some bikes passed a car right there, and Harleys, and went down into the drop-off there. And what was he thinking? Like a really old video, but it's got some great vocalists in it. Pretty good dialogue. All right, so we're coming up on Gravity Cavity, the dip turn sign, which no promises that it will be there when you visit the area, but mile marker 3, rough piece of road here, going over a tunnel right here that nobody even knows about, and we're going past campsite, big paved space in there with a trash can. Not a whole lot of places with trash cans, and they're bear-proof trash cans. They have the little funky latch that you gotta stick your fingers in to open. The Easy S's, right, left, with a shady pull-off right there, sketchy pull-off, I should say. And then there's another Easy S right here. Road is pretty damp, continuous, solid damp right here. No standing water, but no dry. And this is Catch-All. Looks like it's not that sharp. We had DOT put that sign there, but it kind of tightens up on you. And people used to really struggle with the exit of that, bikes and cars, so we would call it Catch-All because everything would go off there. But it hasn't been that bad since they put that sign up. It's helped a lot. When you're driving straight towards a sign that says turn, it tends to get your attention. All right, so we're going down a little straightish here section, and a real easy bend right here, but it's blind. It's kind of tell when people know where they're at by how they go around that little turn. And then here's Parsons Branch, the tunnel in the Red Bull video that the drone flies through, goes right underneath the road right here. Another tunnel that a lot of people don't even realize that they're driving over. Mile marker 4, little Parsons Straight we call it right here. People like to hang out here, watch the cars accelerate up this little straightaway here and rip on it. I got a bunch of people shooting video of me here, and I'm not doing anything. Spectacular bowl turn. Now we go into the two, what we call the downhill S's, or the uphill S's in this case, for lack of a better descriptor. It's just a little zigzag, and there's a pair of them. So you got this little hard separating, hard left and right. And then the upper wavy sorry, I called it a nest. It's a wavy section. So we call those the wavy sections. And this one right here is the upper wavy, and the one back there is the lower wavy. Now we go around the swift turn or the tightest turn, especially if you're on the inside. This one's an increasing radius. It starts off tight and then opens up and onto this little straight that goes into Shade Tree or Killboy Corner, and this is the first of the double apexes. There's 3 of these left-hand double apexes, so you kind of turn in early, run out wide. It's a good place to hang out. Come back in. That's the only place where it's 4 lanes right there, by the way. There's a pull-off on the right and there's a pull-off on the left. Long, constant radius, and then people blow it coming the other way right here, so you got to be careful. Mile marker 5, the second of 3 double apex lefts. Another little continuous turn, but people blow from the other direction, so be ready. All clear, and the final double left apex. Turn in early, run out wide. There's a burn mark on the road there where Evo burned. Now we're going uphill. And you get this real pretty view off to the left. During this time of year, it's not as obvious now, but you can usually see the road down through there. So easy right up onto what we call the plateau. And it's very easy to get in over your head right here because you can be carrying a lot of speed. It's very inviting to open it up. And then you got this hard turn right here. So we call this brake check. People will just blow this and go straight across the road right there. Pulling over. So we got a mile marker on the left. There's a double pothole here. There's one on the right, it's bad, and there's one on the left. So you got to kind of zig your way through there in a car. It's not so hard on a motorcycle. Now we're coming out onto power lines. So the power lines are very prominent right here, pretty close to the road. They actually dip down below the road level out there on the valley. And this little section, we just call it the rhythm section. It just kind of flows left and right, left and right. Come on. Rhythm section sort of ending, and we get out here to what we're starting to call Spectator Alley. A lot of people are hanging out here and, you know, watching, setting up chairs and everything. There's a high bench up there you can sit on. Mile marker 6 right here. Then we go down. Oh, got an incident. Amber lamps. Hope everybody's okay. That's why we kind of take it easy. I'm giving these guys a little flashy headlights heads up there. And I still don't know, there could be something else up ahead of me, so I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to let this guy go on by. Coming up on mud turn now. There's always a lot of mud on the right side off the road, but you know, sometimes people end up driving through it or trailers go through it and it drags it out on the road. And then we got this scenic turn right here. Get this really cool view across the valley to power lines turn we were at a minute ago. It's almost exactly 1 mile. And after that we come into 2 square. So this is the 2 pairs of hard right lefts. And there's a sign there, a stair step sign that's very unique. So hard right, hard left, a little bit of a break, and then another hard right left with some divots on the road that you got to kind of pick your line to get around them, especially on a motorcycle. I kind of stay to the right because you know me. Easy fella. Mile marker 7, and we're going past Picnic. There's always a photographer here. This is where we started our photography business, was pretty much in that turn. Established photography on the side of the Dragon there. Now we come up on guardrail. Tricky little tight, somewhat tight spot there, but not too bad. and it kind of opens up a little bit here, and then we come around this blind turn into radar. We call it radar because there's a lot of law enforcement shooting radar from this spot right here, and the turn's always a little bit rough, a little dirty. Now we start up the more open section of the road, I guess you could say, for a few turns here. Just kind of eases up a little bit. This blind cresting turn right here is a little bit hairy, but nothing too tricky about it. Rescue squad going in. Little easy right. We're coming up on a sign that says we're 1 mile from the Overlook. So this is where, if you're in a car and you've been driving it hard, you might start easing up on your brakes, chilling out a little bit, and letting them cool down some as you approach the Overlook and the place where you may be stopping. If you're not going to stop there, then don't worry about it. Hey, now. Yellow Mini Cooper started to cut in and saw me and had to straighten it back out. All right, so that's the end of the open section. Mile marker 8 here is where you might drop a gear and start bringing the speeds back down a little bit. Be careful because it gets tight again. This is one of the first places I wrecked on a motorcycle, was coming over this hill, and I went into this turn turned in a little bit too early basically, and got on the white paint and slid out. But this is a triple apex, so it starts off with a tight apex and then a medium apex and then another medium apex, and there's a turkey in the road. Get out the road, turkey. All right, now there's a little tricky little left right that sometimes people have problems with, and this is what we call local parking. So this is the closest parking to the Overlook. So when locals come up with their motorcycles in a trailer or a truck, they might pull in there and unload and leave their vehicle there. And that's the final real turn, and we're passing mile marker 8.5, and we're almost to the Overlook. So from the state line to the Overlook, not quite 9 miles, 8.7, something like that. But we usually turn around at the Overlook and end our run there. So there is a run across the Dragon for my people today. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I may record the run back, we'll see. Back in front of this gate that says do not block, but I'm not going to stay here for too long. I'm just going to check my cameras, make sure everything looks good, and then I'll be back. Peace. All right, kind of bustling up here. You need to go?
Very happy.
All right. So yeah, we had a lady pull in. A couple of ladies pulled in an SUV. Poor things, they had pulled over right there to let some people by, trying to get out of their way, and they dropped off the road and busted a tire. And so they came down to the Overlook and were like, can you guys help us with this tire? So a couple other guys in a Honda Element that are here hanging out with the rest of the crew, I think they're with, you know, the general gang that's here, the car groups that are here. They had like all kinds of good tools and had a regular jack stands. So yeah, they jumped over there and helped, and I pitched in a little bit, but not as much as they did, and helped get her spare tire mounted up, aired up. Front tire was popped, so we put the rear tire on the front and then put the spare on the back. It was pretty cool. I felt really bad for the lady. She wanted to like give people money or something. Everybody's like, no, no, no. She was being sweet and trying to let people by. They came out of Cates Cove, Parsons Branch, and didn't realize which way to go. So they went the wrong way at first, and down to the store, and they wanted to get back around to Cade's Cove, and then they were told, no, you got to go the other way. Ugh, I hate this little pull off right here. Yeah, so I think that person back there had just pulled off and dumped it in the dirt or something. It's a downhill, kind of a sudden pull off, and you don't get much time to get stopped. And so people can end up on the bigger bikes, especially going down. So just be aware, you know, don't stress other people being held up by you too much, because that's what happened with that lady that busted her tire, and that's probably what happened with that person right back there that was picking their bike up off the ground in a pull-off. They had probably tried to stop suddenly and ended up dumping it. I hate to see that. I appreciate people letting traffic by, but it's okay if you gotta skip a pull-off and find one that you're comfortable with if they sneak up on you sometimes suddenly. I'm coming out of 2 Square back there, and we have a patrol unit up here somewhere, so I'm kind of not pushing my luck. Oh yeah, sheriff has somebody pulled over here. Oh, that truck looks like it took some damage. Like the lower running board. Well, it's not a running board, but that step rail on the bottom looked like something had hit it like a motorcycle down low, but there wasn't any bikes around, so I don't know what that was about. I think they've been there for a minute. Somebody said they were there earlier. I'm starting to get a feel for these tires, these RT660s. Pretty impressive so far. Haven't been able to push the front end yet. This red Honda Element in front of us, he's been like railing this thing for what it is, you know, skinny tires, tall vehicle. Going into Swift Corner here. It's crazy. slippery on the exit of this turn, especially when it's wet like that. Easy lift. Little zigzag with a dip. Coming up on some traffic. New York plates. Right here. That car didn't seem to be pulling over and they had their hazard lights on, so I don't know what that was about. Be right back.